Play on the DVD player. Make sure you check out Strip Down this week.
Wait a minute.
Rapid tornado of questions.
Picasso!
Coming all the way from the Queen City.
This week, Strip Down goes green.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Jiminy.
The last Saskatchewan performance.
Stripping me down.
All the way from Crake, Saskatchewan.
Tommy John.
He's a friend of Arms Up.
That's my cake.
There's the first shot of the night. Keep it going.
Basically, you're saying you're better than
Sit
me.
down and play your instruments.
Jay Semple.
They'll bring the party. All you got to do is show up.
Are we still on the air? Top of the morning to you. This is our second annual Stripped Down St. Patrick's Day extravaganza. I'm your host, Curtis Anderson. This is it, Stripped Down, your 1 hour local music showcase, the show that brings the venue to you in the comfort of your own living room. Tonight, helping us celebrate St. Paddy's Day all the way from the Queen City, Regina, Saskatchewan, Troy Bleich.
My life. You reach for the stars, they will say, but you reach for the stars, you reach in vain. For when you reach the stars, you got no place to go home. And good lies, where do you please forgive me for forgetting about you in the time when you needed me more. You always gave me such smiling kisses, slap in the face. Butterfly kiss, I loved you like never let me go. Abandoned alone, you found your way, left scarred and hurting, scared but brave to begin a new day. Setting sun will rise. Day begins as it always does, well, falling behind and trying to keep up. Try harder, my friend, you must have it all. And blue lights, where do you please forgive me? Forgetting about you in the time when you needed me more. You always gave me such smiling kisses, slap in the face. Butterfly kiss, I loved you like never let me go. The past drifts apart, today we'll stay, but on occasion we'll come back to this day when we wanted it back, but we chose to look away. See, choices shape who we are. I chose to reach for the stars. I lost you, but I loved you all day long. I lost you, but I loved you all day long.
Troy Bleich in the Shaw TV studio tonight. You're watching Stripped Down. Here it is, St. Patrick's Day. We should start with this. Should we do the cheers thing right off the top?
I think, yeah.
Hey, top
Cheers,
of the morning
man.
to you. Arr. No, wait, that's a pirate. I'm getting my days mixed up. When's Pirate Day again?
Not today. Anyways, Troy Bleich drove all the way down from Regina today. Thank you for coming on Strip Down. I love when, what do you call Regina people? Regina-tonians? Reginans?
Yeah, Reginians, I guess.
Reginians? Well, that just rolls off the tongue.
Doesn't it though?
I love when they are interested in Strip Down and they make the drive. Thank you for coming.
Thanks for
How
having
did you
me.
find out about the show? You're friends with a former guest?
Yeah, Carrie Senko.
'Kay.
She actually, she gave me a text through Facebook and said, hey, you should get a hold of this Curtis guy. So I sent you a message, and about 10 minutes later you sent me back, and so I called you, and you're like, yeah, can you do it Wednesday? I'm like, sure.
And then you were like, so you run a venue? And I was like, well, sort of. I have a TV show.
Yeah. He's like, yeah, come down to the studio, and I was like, studio? What do you
So
mean
what went through your
studio?
mind immediately? All of a sudden, you go from playing just a coffee shop to you're on TV for
Well,
an hour. You didn't back down.
see,
You were like,
no.
yes, okay.
Well, I mean, it's all an opportunity, and I guess the fact that this is actually my third acoustic performance. I'm actually a metalhead.
I know.
Yeah, you know, and so I'm a little bit out of my medium here, but it's a great opportunity to get out and you know, there's some really good. I'm seeing a whole new avenue of people, of different performers, of, you know, just in the whole acoustic scene. It's pretty interesting, actually.
So let's get this out of the way right now. Why the jump from, because you were in like 6 metal bands, now you're playing acoustic solo. You're still in the bands? Like what
Yeah.
prompted this?
I'm still playing in all the metal bands. Praise Hell Satan, you know. But
That was
yeah,
very St. Patrick's Day, right?
yeah, you know. But yeah, it's something I've always wanted to do, and I've had we've had about 10 months off, 11 months off
Okay.
from my main band, and you know, that I had a pretty serious situation, passing of a mother and stuff like that, and so I've actually written more acoustic material in the last 6 months than I have the last 6 years, and then also becoming friends with Carrie Senko. She's definitely encouraged me. She should be my management. I think I should pay her 10% or something. So I'll save her a slice of pizza.
Yeah, well, I'll send it back with you. You driving back tonight? You staying over?
Maybe we'll see what happens.
See, road conditions are okay?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
I always worry about that though when people
It was
come down
raining.
in winter. Yee.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe you should crash. You can sleep on the Shaw couch if you need
Perfect.
to. We'll push we used to have leather couches in here. I think they're in storage right now. Okay, so metal guy, third acoustic show. What were your first 2?
In Grayson, Saskatchewan.
Okay.
It's pretty fun. And then I played the Fainting Goat in Regina. And yeah, it's kind of like getting into a boxing ring, because like I'm used to having 4 guys behind me, and especially playing bass. I mean, if I screw up, it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Like, well, sorry guys, but it's true. You know what I mean? Like you can get away with it, but when
Bassists are important parts of the band.
that's right. Don't let anyone ever tell you differently. They need someone to run merch.
Oh.
No.
Zing. Okay.
Sorry.
Let's keep this going.
But yeah, no, it's I mean, for me too, I've never really attempted clean singing, so yeah, I mean it's a work in progress, and it's something, you know, that I'm working towards, and you know, I'm not there yet, but you know, I don't know where the destination is, but I feel like I'm headed, you know, in the right way, and I just always have loved music, and it's another way to sort of kind of express myself. So.
Well, it is St. Patrick's Day. It's our St. Patrick's Day show, and we have a small window of opportunity to have a strip down first. So let's get to another song, and when that's done, we're going to make our first ever phone call live on Strip Down. So
All right.
The next song, sir, what are you playing?
It's titled Lude's Groove.
Okay.
Just for lack of any name, really.
Fair enough.
It's a interesting little piece. It's not too long, so.
Okay, take it away.
Okay.
We said that things would never change, that things would stay the same. How things get weird, well, once was friendship, now lays fear. Always to hold, but never to have. The grass, it seems so green, was time when the word was spoken, the bond was broken. Now I feel it's over. Might have been what could have been, what should have been that night never was. That's because this is how it ends. Might have been what could have been, what should have been that night never was. That's because this is how it ends.
All right, Troy Bleich in the Shock TV studios tonight. I hope we have this set up. I know we only have about a minute or so with this gentleman. Ladies and gentlemen, on the phone for the first time ever, live on Stripped Down via phone, Stephen McGuire. Can you hear me?
Curtis, how you doing?
Oh my goodness, it's good to hear your voice, buddy. Welcome back. How long have you been back in Canada?
For 1 week.
1 week. Where were you before that, bud?
I was in Ireland.
How was Ireland?
Fantastic. Had a great time. Good to see everybody again.
How's the playing? How's the gigging?
Oh, really good. You know me. You just get on with it.
Yeah. So what can we expect from Stephen McGuire here in 2010 in Saskatoon? What's going on in the future?
Well, this Friday we head to Calgary, and we'll make our way through Calgary and the Edmonton, Camrose, then back to Saskatoon to Delisle, Saskatchewan, then back into Saskatoon to 3rd Avenue Church. And then I do the album launch April 9th at the Refinery.
Awesome.
And there's a string of dates, Curtis, but we're really looking forward to it.
For the viewers at home who haven't put this together, Stephen McGuire is Irish. There we go. St. Patrick's Day. We finally pulled this together. He was the guest last year. Do you remember that? Do you remember the Stripped Down St. Patrick's Day extravaganza, Stephen?
Oh, listen, I'll never forget it. TV Gold.
It was TV Gold. I won't waste any more of your time. Thank you so much, Stephen. We look forward to talking to you again in the future.
Curtis, thanks a million. And can I take this opportunity to say it's my favourite music show on TV, and you're doing a hell of a job there, Shaw.
It's your favourite music show out of the Shaw TV studio, right?
100%.
Thanks, bud.
Okay, Curtis, you're a
Happy St.
legend.
Patrick's Day.
Take it easy,
Show
man.
us how it's done in
Happy St. Paddy's
Saskatoon.
Day.
All right. There we go. That was a strip down first right there, Troy.
I'm glad I could be part of it, man.
It
I'm
was
glad I could
good
be
stuff.
part of it. That was
See,
awesome.
now we've got the, there's like CanCon. There's has to be so much Canadian content when you make Canadian programming and you have a channel or radio station. I feel that we've got our Irish content out of the way for the episode. So now we don't have to mention it. I can take the hat off. We've got our St. Patrick's Day content. Oh, that's
back to being Canadian.
Yeah, all right. We should probably gear up for our first commercial break, all right? We got lots more with Troy Bleich coming up right after this. This guy's from Regina.
Don't go anywhere. More Stripped Down after the break.
Mother's Music provides a wide range of instruments. 617 8th Street East, Saskatoon. Operating for 17 years with music lessons, equipment sales, and rentals. Mother's Music, www.mothersmusic.com.
Only Health Check has the Heart and Stroke Foundation's dietitians behind it. Check for Health Check, helping you make healthy choices.
Do you know how many people get their water from underground? Water can come from the surface or underground. Groundwater is found in the layers of soil and rock beneath our feet in saturated areas called aquifers. This water source is collected in wells and supplies about half of North America's drinking water. The problem is, the quality and safety of this underground water is directly affected by what we do on the land above it. What can you do to keep your drinking water safe? Groundwater starts on the surface, so whatever you put on your lawn that the plants don't use can seep into the groundwater. This includes excess chemicals and fertilizers, and even oil spills, so be sure to dispose of them properly.
It's our turn to take care of this planet, and I think we can do a better job. What do you think?
For more information on how you can be more water aware, visit waterunderfire.ca.
Escape sports gear and equipment for longboarding, freeline skating, kiteboarding, unicycling, extra cycling, dirt surfing, and mountain boarding. For more information on sales and rentals, www.escapesports.ca. You're watching Strip Down. Troy Bleich in the Shaw TV studio tonight. Did I mention the young man is from Regina? I always get really giddy when people from Regina are on the show because we don't get too many of them. We need more Regina folk. So again, it's up to you to go back to the Queen City, to the capital of Saskatchewan, spread the word of this fantastic show.
There's some great artists up there, man, that I'm sure would love to be part of this.
Awesome. That's what I want to hear. Are you having fun tonight?
Yeah, it's great. It's
Okay,
awesome.
yeah, just make sure you say positive things.
Oh, definitely.
Good stuff. Okay, metal guy turned acoustic recently. Are you going to hit us with any metal tonight, or are you just going to focus on the... Do the
no.
songs translate from metal to acoustic, or is
There's
it all
a song
original
called
stuff?
Dark Winter's Glow, which would be a good black metal tune.
Yeah.
But no.
Not going to play tonight?
No.
So again, I want to go back and revisit this. So you're a metal guy, you're playing bass in metal bands, but obviously you didn't write all this acoustic music in like the last 3 weeks.
No, I mean, some of it's been I've had for 15 years. Some of it's, it's been a long time coming, and it's I don't know, it's exciting stepping out of my comfort zone and exploring kind of new avenues, and it's I don't know, it's exciting to do, and a lot of the stuff too. I mean, learning how to sing, for instance, is only going to help me, further my career in music, regardless of what I choose to do. Unfortunately, with metal, my main band is a band called Into Eternity, and we've toured, a good chunk of the world, but there's no money in it. And I'm not saying that there necessarily is in this, but if you get into something where you're writing songs and selling them or something like that, I mean, because it gets to a point where you got to make a living, And
So how is there no money in touring the world? Like, where is it because there's so many members of the band? Or
no, it's just
not a big enough scene demand, or
they give you just enough to scrape by. You know what I mean? And unless you're we came close, we're out in Gigantour in 2005 of Megadeth. I mean, it was crazy. You know what I mean? But we were one of the opening bands, and so for instance, the Bell Center in Montreal, fantastic, amazing place. But they charge 30% tax on the T-shirts plus 14% sales tax, so 44% off the gross. So you're trying to sell your merchandise. That's the only way you make money, and yeah, it's you come out, in the hole. But I'm not saying that I regret it, because it was a dream come true. That very few, especially being from some small prairie town in the middle of Canada, to have the opportunity to go and
Are you
see
from
the world.
Regina?
Yeah. Well, from a small town called Norquay, Saskatchewan.
So that was an eye opener when you said you toured the world. I just assumed you were like a millionaire, because isn't that what happens when your band tours the world?
No,
you left your gold suit at home.
Check this out. Career high. We came back. We did an Asian tour, 2,000 people, Tokyo. It doesn't get any better than that.
Yeah.
But the next day we're flying home. We've been gone for almost 3 months. Next day, and I'm coming home to no job, no girlfriend, no place to live. You know what I mean? So I've never been closer to being on the street, but I have, all these great memories and everything. But that's what you choose to do. When I got the opportunity to play with them, I got a call on a Friday. The next Saturday I played a CD release show, and then a month later I was on a plane to Germany. And I came back, basically did a couple tours. I came back and ended up breaking up with my girlfriend, quitting my job, moving out of my place. And then, 6 years later, I'm back to no girlfriend, no job, and no place to live. So
everything is as it was. Let's
Yeah.
get to more music. Song number 3. What do you have for us?
This song is called Dropped Trippin'.
Okay.
And it's an interesting song. It's acoustic. It's a cool song.
Self-explanatory?
Yeah.
Okay, take it away. Troy Bleich, mixing it up tonight. No lyrics.
No lyrics. Well, there's just here and there for the best sometimes.
Fair enough. That song again was?
Was Dropped Trippin'. It's because of the chord, because of the tuning.
Good. Let's change gears here. Let's go back to when, again, I'm sounding like a broken record on Strip Down for the month of March. We had a last-minute cancellation, again, and I get the email, and I'm like, son of a... Hit delete, and the very next one's from you, inquiring about the show. Problem solved. Send you an email, you call me back. I explained to you it was television, it wasn't a coffee shop. You say I'm in, and I said it must be fate, because I deleted the cancellation. Next one was yours. You said it must be fate, because you just hung up the phone, and suddenly you had Wednesday off, which is the night we tape Strip Down. Yeah. But the story didn't end there.
No, the story was far from over, actually. We ended up, I ended up, of course, 2 days later, I'm going to be playing this show here. So I'm sitting there and practicing and that, and it's about 12 o'clock at night, and I go to get up, and I go to stand up, and I'm like, oh man, my back. Like, I'm a fairly healthy guy, don't have back problems and any of that stuff. But my back started killing me, and I didn't know what it was from. I didn't know strenuous activity, nothing. And so I took a bunch of Advil and this and that, and I live in a little bachelor suite. I should inform everyone of that. And so I'm trying to sleep, and I'm tossing and turning and can't sleep. I'm staring at the ceiling. Well, 4:30 in the morning, all of a sudden I hear woof. I'm like, woof?
Woof?
You
don't
that?
have a dog.
Yeah, right? And I look up, and all I see is this glow from my kitchen. And I get up, and I smell smoke. And my and the fan thing, the range, whatever it is, above the stove, ignited.
Engulfed.
Ignited in flames. It wasn't turned on, the light wasn't on, the fan wasn't on. Woof. And so luckily I was awake, and I ran over, and by the time I got to it, the whole thing was in flames. And I grabbed a towel and stuff and beat it down, and it stopped burning. And so I turned on the light, and I found out which fuse it was, because I figured it was a short. But the thing is that if I would have been up practicing, I don't know if playing guitar hurt my back, but if I would have been up, and if I would have hurt my back, I could have been sleeping. And I live on the third story too, so my options would have been pretty limited.
Pretty bleak.
Yeah. So it was pretty frightening, actually.
So you managed to get it out with the towel, though? You didn't need to break out the fire extinguisher?
No. Well, I don't actually have one.
Oh.
And my fire alarm didn't go off because it's hardwired in, and it's so sensitive that, like, if you make toast, it goes off. So I had this big blanket towel thing over it. So and then the other alarm I had, I needed a 9-volt for my guitar.
Oh my goodness. This is an
so
issue
anyway,
of
so
do what we say, not what we do. We should have a Strip Down fire safety special.
Yeah, no,
that's kind of scary.
Really scary, actually.
That's creepy. Yeah. And then on the drive down, your car was acting funny or something.
It smelled.
You had all sorts of signs not to come on the show, so I'm really happy.
Freezing rain, fire in the apartment. Yeah, but you know what? I made it, and as long as I make it back, I'm stoked.
All right, we're powering through time. I love your music. I'm still trying to wrap my head around the way you jump from a metal guy to playing beautiful acoustic songs.
Well, classical and jazz are actually pretty close to a lot of metal and stuff.
So how did that... let's go to that question later. Let's get to more music. I want to know how you make the jump from classical to metal. I'm guessing it was some sort of rebellion thing, but don't answer me. I'm going to ask you that later on, okay?
Okay.
What's the next song?
This next one is a follow-up to the last song. It's called Coming Down.
Coming Down?
Which also has to do with tuning.
Okay.
Soon run free, spreading wrath across this ground. But man, we had it coming, and we chose to look away. Yeah, we have it coming, the end of our days. So cheers to you, my friend. Here's to another day. Cups held high, I drink to life. I drink to us today. But man, we had it coming, and we chose look away. Yeah, we have it coming, end of our days. For horsemen to mental, touching each and every soul. The sky turns dark, the wind turns cold, the wind that feels too cold, but man, we had it coming, and we chose to look away. Yeah, we have it coming to the end of our days. So cheers to you, my friend. Here's to another day. Once held high, I drink to life, I drink to us today, but man, we had it coming, and we chose to look away. Yeah, we have it coming, the end of our days.
Troy Bleich, sudden ending there.
Yeah, I don't really have a fixed ending on that part yet.
No, you don't do the dramatic.
Yeah, well, yeah,
Right at the
it's
end.
a weird chord.
Yeah, sweet. Anyways, we're gearing up for our second commercial break, but really quickly, when I was looking at your MySpace, the first thing that jumps at me, your quote was, "What's he building in there?" What-
Tom Waits, man.
Oh, okay.
That's Tom Waits. That's a Mule Variations, a fantastic CD. If anyone's heard it, it's a dark, great. Like the last song I just played, I kind of consider it a post-apocalyptic folk music, which is what I consider like Tom Waits and like even like old like Johnny Cash and stuff like that. Like just it's over, but you're gonna sing it to a folk song or country song or something.
You're gonna sing as the ship goes down. I wasn't really sure what to do with that quote. I thought maybe someone said that about you, like they passed by your apartment door and were like, "What's he building in there?" And you thought it was funny and you wrote it down. Not the case. Happy to hear that. Okay, let's do it. Let's gear up for our second commercial break. We got lots more Strip Down coming up right after this.
More Strip Down after this. Ah, that was a big echo.
Escape sports gear and equipment for longboarding, freeline skating, kiteboarding, unicycling, extra cycling, dirt surfing, and mountain boarding. For more information on sales and rentals, www.escapesports.ca.
Tune in to Remote Control Cinema every Wednesday and Friday as host Simon Hyatt reviews the newest movies to hit Shaw on demand, plus classics you may have missed the first time. Remote Control Cinema, only on Shaw.
Team, you have eyes on subject. You get the tongs, son.
Canadian television, we're on your screen.
Mother's Music provides a wide range of instruments. 617 8th Street East, Saskatoon. Operating for 17 years with music lessons, equipment sales, and rentals. Mother's Music, www.mothersmusic.com.
The leatherback sea turtle is the largest reptile in the world. Up to 2 meters long and weighing as much as 550 kilos, this turtle roams many of the world's oceans in search of its favorite food, jellyfish. But this hulking giant may be fighting a losing battle against poaching, fishing gear, and garbage. To learn more about the leatherback and discover how you can help protect Canada's wildlife, visit hww.ca.
Passing gas can be deadly.
Whoa. Oh, something's funky.
Passing gas releases a plume of toxic vapors,
Oh, honey, not in the car.
like ammonia and hydrogen cyanide,
Oh.
and lethal poisons that can linger even when windows are open. Kids shouldn't be exposed to secondhand smoke. Don't pass gas, take it outside.
You're watching Strip Down with Regina's own Troy Bleich. If you haven't noticed, the viewers are just tuning in now. It is our St. Paddy's Day episode, our second annual St. Paddy's Day episode. So let's talk about St. Paddy's Day real quick. Are you a fan?
Oh yeah.
Yeah?
I
How do you celebrate St. Patrick's Day in Regina? Is it a lot like here?
It's a
lot
of
House of Pain.
Yeah, House of
a lot
Pain
of
and booze.
drinking.
Yeah. That's perfect.
Do you partake in the green beer?
I like to avoid it.
Yeah.
I mean, you can.
You avoided it first, but after 3 or 4 regular beer, you just need that. It's like the greatest idea in the world. It's like the bartender is splitting atoms. You're like, wow, it's green and it's St. Patrick's Day. Yeah, we all fall for that. But yeah, they do it up. What's the, here it's like Maguire's. That's our Irish pub.
Oh, O'Hanlon's.
Yeah.
O'Hanlon's, man, it's the place to be. Now, one of the, that's a great place for anyone that's never been to Regina. O'Hanlon's is definitely it's just an accommodating place. You find cool people, and I should actually give a shout out to the bar I work at, Bushwhacker, finest beer in Western Canada.
I'm happy to say I've been to both those places.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice, yeah.
And the it's your version of the hose out there. It's like the pump.
Oh,
the pump. Yeah, I've been there.
Yeah, if you're a
Not
aspiring UFC fighter,
not a fan of the pump right here. Okay, well, let's move on. We were talking before the break. You grew up with like classical music.
Yeah.
You went to hard metal. How did that happen? Was it a rebellious thing? Was it just something that struck? What changed the course of your life there?
You know, it probably has a lot to do with having a big brother, and he had like more cassette tapes than anyone I'd ever known. Well, obviously, yeah, my big brother, and and I got into. I was into the Metallica and Megadeth, and I had tassel leather Megadeth jacket back in the day and all that stuff. But,
awesome.
But yeah, just rooting through his, breaking into his room, rooting through his metal tapes and playing his guitar and stuff. So I don't think I'd be here if it wasn't for him, actually, and his influence.
So you think you wouldn't have kept going with music if it wasn't for metal?
I don't know. I think I was such a...
Or would you have done acoustic first and just now you would have made the jump to metal?
No, I probably would have went to metal because I loved being rowdy and I love the emotion.
So you love
and
the lifestyle that came with it.
Yeah, it was real music and and for me too. I think an aspiring aspect of metal is the fact that, like, especially if you get into technical stuff, you can play at the peak of your ability every night, and it's not like with a lot of rock and stuff. You're just, unless you're the lead guitarist, you're playing some pretty boring stuff, you know. And not taking anything away from rock and stuff like that. It's cool in its own right, but metal is like, you can be as technical as you want, and you're never done learning. Like this next piece I'm about to play, I learned this technique from a man by the name of Moses in a band called Christian while we were on tour, and it's tapping technique. Anyone that knows it understands it. But it's basically, the idea is just separating a chord and assigning a hand to each half of the chord, and you tap it in. I don't know, you'll see, but it's a pretty interesting technique, and it gives you like crazy speed, especially on bass and stuff. So,
well, that's a better introduction than I can give it. So, what's it called? And let's hear it.
I have it written down as Tappy.
Tappy.
But I'm sure I'll take suggestions from viewers.
Okay, sounds good.
All right. Always the ending. The ending just, I swear.
That's an ambitious way to play your guitar, my friend.
The runs, man. It's a learning progress. You know, it's definitely. I'm still learning a lot to do.
Well, obviously, so like that was beautiful. That was amazing. Man. What are your like metal bandmates like? Chains with a Z and Skull and 8-Ball. I'm being facetious. I'm sure they have rock and metal names, but like, what do they say about this transition?
You know, they don't really know too much about it. Actually, we don't, because we've toured so much together. We don't really hang out so much when we get back home. We kind of go home and like water and oil. But the one Justin, the guitarist for Into Eternity, he's actually, I'm in the studio right now recording a bunch of the stuff, and he's the engineer on it. And yeah, he's supportive of it. He actually wants to sit down and start playing a second guitar for it. And I mean, it passes the time, and it's interesting, fun stuff to do. You know,
you're slowly going to convert the entire band.
I don't know, but maybe.
How big is the metal scene? Like
in Regina,
just
or
in general?
In general,
how long ago did you tour the world? Like, you know, I know metal music still exists, but.
Well, for instance,
other than
the
supporting,
the largest music festival in the world last year was Ozfest.
Okay.
When it came through in the States, it's at some certain venue, but yeah, no, it's huge. Like it's still going strong. For instance, Canada has actually one of the strongest metal scenes in the world. Really, Montreal, Quebec, you know, like. Those places are off the charts. It's like nowhere else in North America. You know, if you get a chance to go out there and play, like that, they're just really supportive and happy to come out. But yeah, the scene's good. You know, I mean, I think one of the main differences between metal and a lot of other genres is the merchandise. You know, I mean, like myself alone, I have a bunch of 70 black T-shirts in my closet. You know what I mean? And it's. You can make money in that aspect, whereas I think like as far as like country or something like that, you don't really, I mean, merchandise isn't as big of a kind of market. So,
How has metal changed since you started listening to it? Like, what is metal anymore? Because it's gone through so many evolutions. Like, I remember back when like Limp Bizkit came out.
Oh, that was never metal.
People called it metal, and other people were like, that's not metal, that's rap metal. And then all of a sudden, there's just a big metal banner again that all these bands have kind of fallen into.
See, metal took, like when Nirvana came out, I get in big arguments with my bandmates about this.
It says you love to get into arguments, so that's good.
I have my moments, but when Nirvana came out, it basically killed metal.
Yep.
For the best, I say. You know, and my other bandmates disagree, but metal was getting so cheesy, so off the charts, like it was getting lame. Like it was the spandex and the hairspray and just all that stuff. It was getting too much. And then you have a band like Nirvana coming in that's just stripped everything down, and it really forced metal underground. And you know, bands like Slayer and Pantera, they ended up staying, but they reinvented, you know, the metal that we hear, and out of that too, with punk and the fusion of punk and metal into hardcore and stuff like that, like it changed everything. And but now, because I'm jaded though, because now when I listen to metal, it's hard for me to find anything that catches my ear. So
like
now I find myself
new or
well, yeah, new stuff, old stuff. I mean, I still have my moments in that. I'm not saying I'm out of it, but I mean, we were on the road almost 200 days a year for the last 5 years. Every night hearing a metal band. You know what I mean? And there's only so much stuff that can
be new and original.
Yeah, and
you could say that about any genre though.
Oh, exactly. And I bet you there's a lot of jazz dudes out there that, you know, love Cannibal Corpse, you know, maybe.
Yeah.
Jack Owen, the guitarist for Cannibal Corpse, he actually has a country band now and does stuff. So I mean, so
there again,
so you look
country
for the other
is starting
side.
to blur into rock when you really, you know.
Yeah.
So it's good and bad if you ask me. I mean, the genres are starting to blend, but the talented ones will still always shine through. So in closing, before we get to another song, your favorite metal band from all time, if you had to pick one.
It would be Death, Individual Thought Patterns, or Death Human, I don't know. But those ones, man, have Steve DiGiorgio, the bass, it was the most disgusting metal bass player ever. And disgusting in a good way.
Yeah. And you can't help but cheer him on kind of way.
Oh, man, he redefined, he gave me a purpose as to how I want to approach bass and bass playing and stuff like that. And and there's too many to really go. But yeah, for me that was the one that really changed everything.
See, there it is. This is the blueprint for future St. Patrick's Days. You should all get together, sit down, and debate metal bands over your green beer. That's the way to do it. Next song, sir. Are you gonna go crazy on the frets again, or?
I could. I do have one that I could go. This one's a soft one. It's a little bit. This one's called Sol Invictus, and yeah,
Sol Invictus,
which means the unconquered sun.
You're watching Strip Down with Troy Bleich in the Shaw TV studios tonight. We have to take our last commercial breaks, but we wrap this episode up coming up right after this.
Stick around, more Strip Down after the break.
Do you know where stuff goes once it's flushed down the toilet? It travels down pipes under our streets to a sewage treatment plant. There it is cleaned up through a variety of processes before it is sent back out in our lakes or rivers. The problem occurs when people flush things down the toilet like makeup, cleaning supplies, and some pharmaceuticals that the sewage treatment plant can't clean up. They are dumped untreated into our waterways, which other people depend on for their drinking water. Some cities continue to dump their sewage untreated into our waterways, while others are using innovative thinking to reuse sewage byproducts as fertilizer. What can you do? Be sure to properly dispose of any chemicals or unused medicine at your city's hazardous waste disposal site. It's our turn to take care of this planet, and I think we can do a better job. What do you think? For more information on how you can be more water aware, visit waterunderfire.ca.
Ultimo Uramoda Men's Clothing Store. Denim, footwear, leather jackets, sportswear. 204 3rd Avenue South, Saskatoon. Call 664-6640. Mother's Music provides a wide range of instruments. 617 8th Street East, Saskatoon. Operating for 17 years with music lessons, equipment sales, and rentals. Mother's Music, www.mothersmusic.com.
Passing gas can be deadly.
Whoa. Oh, something's funky.
Passing gas releases a plume of toxic vapors
Oh, honey, not in the car.
like ammonia and hydrogen cyanide,
Oh.
and lethal poisons that can linger even when windows are open. Kids shouldn't be exposed to secondhand smoke. Don't pass gas, take it outside.
Escape sports gear and equipment for longboarding, freeline skating, kiteboarding, unicycling, extra cycling, dirt surfing, and mountain boarding. For more information on sales and rentals, www.escapesports.ca.
Team, you have eyes on subject. You get the tongs, son.
Canadian television, we're on your screen.
Ladies and gentlemen, Troy Bleich. You're watching Strip Down with Troy Bleich. Thanks for playing along. That song came as a request by the crew. You dropped everybody's jaw the first time you did that a couple songs ago. Is that a style of playing? What do you call that?
It's tapping. You just take a chord and you separate between two hands.